Joining me now from Tampa is Sean Spicer, Communications Director for the Republican National Committee. Sean, how do you walk that fine line and how do you find that balance?
That's a great question. Good morning, Dagan. We have, just as we were able to shift the programming from yesterday into today and throughout the rest of the week, we'll continue to watch the storm and then, look at how it develops and shift as we need to. But I think that there's an ability for us to get out there today and tomorrow and talk about Governor Romney's positive message for America, why we want to move forward, how we're going to change the economy and get more people back to work. So we're going to keep an eye on the storm and hope that it continues to push off, stay out at this, out in the Gulf, and everybody survives this well.
Okay, excluding Mitt Romney's speech on Thursday, who is the most important speaker this week? Who do you need to get the biggest bang from? I just want to know, because we have a New Jersey resident sitting next to me, so she's very much looking forward to Governor Chris Christie's speech tonight. But I want to know, who do you need the biggest bang from this week, other than Mr. Romney?
That is a tough call.
If you answer it, you're going to get in trouble, Sean. So
I'd have to. I mean, I think Mrs. Romney's going to be phenomenal tonight. Governor Christie, as your guest there knows, is going to be huge for us. Senator Rubio, and of course Paul Ryan. I mean, I think Paul Ryan himself talking about his vision, what he wants to do, is going to be huge. But listening to Mrs. Romney tonight talk about her husband, what he is like as a husband, as a father, as someone who's been in his community, is going to be huge as well. I think people hearing from the spouse and seeing that emotion that exudes from her as to how great Governor Romney has been, not just as a leader and a businessman, but as a person, is going to be really important for people to see firsthand. So, it's a first among equals for so many of our top folks in today and going forward throughout the rest of the week.
I asked Karl Rove this last hour. The Romney campaign waited to really personalize him, to get a feel for his wife and his family, his church, and I guess the man behind the person that we see on TV. Was that a mistake, waiting too long, Sean? I asked Karl the same thing. He said no.
I'd agree with Karl. I think the problem, Dagan, right now is that Americans are having a tough time in this economy. They're worried about making payments. They're worried about whether or not they're going to keep their job if they have one. And they're worried about their family in terms of their health care and whether they can afford to keep it or not. And they may be worried about a parent. And so I think to make sure that America knew that Mitt Romney had a record of success as a business leader, as a governor, as someone who worked to turn around the Olympics was important first. They need to know that the alternative to this administration is somebody who can actually get the job done and turn things around and improve their lives. I think there's plenty of time to say, oh, by the way, this is a guy you're really going to like. He's a strong family man. He's a strong person in his community. So I think the first thing in an election you have to do is, once you sort of make the idea that the incumbent isn't doing the job, provide them with an alternative that they can then say, okay, this is somebody that we can replace this person with. I think so. The first thing that we had to do was make sure that people understand that Mitt Romney had a track record of success and could do this.
Okay. Sean, it was great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dagan.
Have a great convention. Sean Spicer.
Thanks, Dagan.
Republican National Committee.